Yes, he will. 6 minutes after 10 o'clock. It's a little bit overcast. I guess the weatherman says rain about the middle of the day. So don't go through puddles because you might get water in your headlights. Matt Gibbs is here to answer questions about your car. And if you have any questions, you are definitely invited to call in. The number is 622-9622. Had a lot of good questions last week. So I love that kind of a show. And so if you want to be part of it, do not think you're interrupting me in my small talk with Matt, because the truth is I want to make sure you get your questions answered. But I can tell you this, I trust Matt. That's why this morning Robin met my niece over at Matt's place so that he could take care of the problems with her car, and hopefully it's minor. But whatever it is, it's better to be safe, right?
Absolutely.
She was worried about, she's only in high school, so it's one of those things.
Yeah.
You want the kids to have like a Humvee, with 4-inch metal or something. I don't know how big it could get.
A tank. You want them to drive around in a tank.
I used to always say, how come real cars can't be as durable as Matchbox cars? You could throw them against the wall and they won't break.
Well, I don't know. Stop and think about this. Stop. No, seriously. And the reason I look at this and what makes me think about this, everybody knows my son got paralyzed when he was 11 years old, and he's in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. Now, I've had to buy him several wheelchairs because he was a kid, and he's not just a kid. He's just always. I come home from work one day and I see his wheelchair in the bottom of the pool. You know what I'm saying? So,
what?
Yeah, he made a ramp and he jumps the ramp and lands in the pool on his wheelchair.
Oh my gosh! So what did he do until you got home? Just waited?
No, he had a couple wheelchairs.
Oh, okay.
So you can tell, it just kind of gives you an idea of what kind of abuse these wheelchairs go through.
It's kind of funny, actually.
It is kind of funny. They videoed it and everything. So, but anyway, I'm looking at this thing. These wheelchairs are. This is his everyday wheelchair.
How much is a wheelchair?
They're like $5,000 to $7,000.
Holy mackerel!
Okay, and like within the first couple weeks, the wheelchair's got the big wheels, and it's got the little ones in the front. Those bearings that are in the little wheels, they last a week.
Oh, really?
And he burns them out. So I have to go buy these bearings. These bearings are made in China. They're junk. They're probably 50 cents bearings. You spend $5,000 on a wheelchair, and they put the cheapest junk that they can put in there.
Oh,
so I go and I have to replace all those bearings right off the bat because he's going to wear them slap out. But I'm thinking, this is $5,000 for a wheelchair, and in a year's time, it's dead, Larry. He kills these things.
Is it because of him going so fast?
Well, he doesn't go that fast in his everyday wheelchair.
Okay, right.
Then look at our bodies. It's made out of this flesh. It's you know what I'm saying? This is metal. It don't last nothing. These bodies of ours.
Well, God is a genius.
Okay. He absolutely. So then I'm started thinking. It makes me think. I'm a thinker. So I'm starting to think, and I found out. Okay, how many miles is it around the Earth? That's about 25,000 miles.
I guess. I don't know.
It is. It's 25,000 miles to go around the Earth. Uh-huh. And your car. Let's say you got 75,000 miles on your car.
Right.
That's 3 trips around the Earth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone farther
than that. That's like 40 trips from Ocala, Florida to Canada.
That's a busy drive.
So you stop and think about it, our cars, they're pretty reliable. It's way more reliable than my son's wheelchair.
I wonder why they can't make a wheelchair that is as reliable as a car.
I think they can, but
it's the money?
Yeah, it's all about the money.
Do you know, in the morning we have a radio show. We don't produce it. It's a network show called Red Eye Radio, and it used to be something about truck drivers radio or something.
Right.
They changed the name of it. But anyway, they still have truck driver commercials. And they have a commercial for the Million Mile Club. Yeah. And it's some kind of a club. If you've gone 1,000,000 miles without an accident that you caused, then you have some kind of a whatever. And I guess they keep track of all that, huh? So can you imagine saying I went 1,000,000 miles and never had an accident?
Just to say I went 1,000,000 miles. I wonder how many miles. You stop thinking about it, how many miles have I drove?
I know, but they're out there right now driving.
Yeah, I had a truck in my shop not too long ago that had 1.2 million miles on it.
On the odometer?
On the odometer.
Really?
Yep. It has 2 odometer readings. It's kind of funny.
What do you mean?
Because what happened was the truck itself had 1.2 million miles, and then when the truck turned 1 million miles, the guy that owned the truck put a new engine in it. So then it has a separate odometer for the engine to show that.
Okay, so the engine has so many miles.
Had 200,000 miles on it.
Is it a big truck?
It's like it was a hauler.
So would you work on a semi, that kind of an engine?
No, we probably wouldn't get into engine work. We do a lot of other stuff on them though.
Like
we do air conditioning, brakes, all the air, because those have air brakes instead of hydraulic brakes. We do all the air brakes and airlines and air compressors, not AC, but air compressors. Because it's funny because the suspension, the trucks ride horrible. So all the suspension, the smoothness of your ride is in your seat. Mm-hmm. The seats are all got air bladders and stuff like that, and you can make the seat softer, harder, higher, lower. So it's actually pretty cool.
It does seem cool. I've always kind of fantasized about being an over-the-road, one of those semi-truck drivers. When I was younger, not anymore, but I think I would not have liked. It's not the lifestyle for me.
Not me.
Stuck in that thing all day long.
Not me.
I want to ask the listeners to call in. If you want to call in, please do not feel like you're interrupting me, but I do have a question for Matt. But if you want to, this is okay. It's 622-9622. But Matt right now is helping my niece with her headlights.
Right.
Not the bulbs themselves, right? What do you call it, the lens?
The lens.
Explain, you were saying that somewhere
down the line, someone has cleaned these headlights before.
And painted it with something?
And clear coated them.
Now, what did that cause to happen?
Well, that means now when they're all cloudy and everything, now I got to sand all the clear coat off.
And they'll be clear when you're done, huh?
They're going to be, the left one is going to look way better than the right one because the left one doesn't have moisture inside of it. The right one has moisture inside.
And what causes the moisture to get in?
Well, what'll happen is the actual lens, it's all plastic, so the lens is where it molds to the base or the backside of the headlight where that holds the bulb and stuff. That seal, it loses some of its seal and it allows moisture to get up inside of it.
And can that be fixed so it doesn't happen anymore?
No, actually the best way to fix it is replace it, but those headlights are so expensive. Once it dries out, they'll actually dry out.
Yeah, they'll be clearer. Yeah, she was so nervous about driving at night because of the fact that she couldn't see very well.
Yeah, they're in bad shape.
But the bulbs themselves are okay.
Yeah, the bulbs, they're burning, but the lights are so dim, they're so dimmed up that you can't see through them.
She's going to be so much more comfortable. I don't know how old she is. She's in, what did Robin say, 11th grade? I should know my own niece's age. Right?
You said 16 or someone said 16.
Maybe Robin did, yeah. So she's... Anyway, so I'll be with her later on. I'm going to pick her up from school and bring her over to your place and get the car, and she'll be a little happy little lady.
All right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yes, good morning. Say, Matt, when you flush out a radiator... and load it up with new water and antifreeze. The mixture is usually 50%. Is there enough lubricant in that antifreeze for the water pump, or should you use an additive also?
Typically, most all the antifreezes have lubricant already in them. So, and if you're mixing it 50-50, that's fine. So, because typically you're going to put a gallon, if it's a car, the average car, you're probably going to use a gallon of coolant. So that gallon will have enough lubricant to put in. It's not necessary to put in more lubricant.
Okay, another real quick question. Do you know who services school buses?
The school bus garage.
Okay, is that a county thing or?
Yes. Yeah, there's actually a school, the Marion County School Bus Garage. I have a guy that we grew up together, and he's a mechanic out there. And
is that right?
Yeah, a couple of guys that I used to work with, they went out there. In the latter part of their careers, they ended up going out to the school bus garage.
Okay, they must be pretty busy because there's a lot of school buses, right?
Yes, sir. They're pretty busy. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So So would you ever buy, like when they're getting ready to get new ones, would you buy an old school bus?
No,
ever
don't need
make it into an RV? Or anything?
No, not me. Nope.
You're too young to remember Woodstock, right?
No, well, my mom was at Woodstock, so
Was she really?
Yeah, so
oh my God!
So I got to.
That's cool.
So I kind of know about Woodstock because my mom was there.
But it seemed like back in those days, the popular vehicle was the Volkswagen bus. Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know. And old school buses.
Yeah,
they were popular.
cut chopped off and stuff. Peach power and grill eggs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Hey, I was hearing you talk about the foggy lenses and stuff. You ever heard about using like bug spray, the cutter and stuff, and a paper towel to kind of buff it off? I've done it numerous times, and it seems to work fairly well for older lenses.
Yeah, sometimes I mean it'll last for a little bit. Like there were what was
Works in a
it?
pinch.
Dryer sheets, you know.
Really?
Yeah. But these somebody put, and we see it a lot. Someone put clear coat on them. Now the clear coat, I don't know if you've ever noticed a car and the clear coat's starting to peel.
Yeah.
You know, it's got, that's what's all over these headlights.
Oh.
So there's no toothpaste, there's no bug spray, I'm out there with 600 grit wet sandpaper sanding away, and I'll work my way up to a 3,000 grit.
Gave you a job.
And polish. Yeah.
But yeah, I've used cutter and like the off sportsman, stuff like that, something with a high DEET concentration. And it lasts for at least a good 6 months before you have to do it again. It somehow takes, I guess, the first layer of plastic off. You have to really buff it to get it a clear shine, but it has worked.
Yeah, and I've done some other, because I'm an experimenter. I hear about things, so I kind of, but nothing seems to work. The other thing I got to look
On
at
a clear coat, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, the clear coat, you just start yelling, screaming, and smacking people around you, so that just drives you goofy. But my deal is, I charge X amount of dollars to do this. I need to do it as efficient and quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So and I've mentioned these guys on the radio before. They're a professional detailing. All the dealerships in town and all the detail shops. We all buy material from these guys, and they actually have a 2-step process for just the headlights. So you go down there, you get their stuff, and it'll last quite a long time. But I take the time because it's all about prep. So that's what we're dealing with, is just prepping these things to get ready for the polishing stuff. That's easy. It's getting them to where they look really nice.
Gotcha. But yeah, whenever you get a chance, you're messing around with an older vehicle and you notice that the headlights are yellow, give it a shot. You'd be amazed at the results.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Bug spray, huh?
Bug spray paint. Toothpaste, because toothpaste has an abrasive.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Well, that's interesting. Well, so thank you so much for helping my niece. And this is why we brought it to you, because you would know what to do.
Yeah.
Just to kind of re-say what I always say. What are you going to do? Are you taking notes?
Yeah, I always take notes.
All right, if you want to call in, the number is 622-9622. So, okay, this is what I don't understand about the whole headlight thing.
Okay.
If you can clean it with bug spray or toothpaste, why doesn't that last as long as the actual procedure you're doing, other than the clear coat? If the clear coat wasn't on there, why does one procedure seem to last longer than another?
I think going, number one, I'd like to take you, because I've done this. I've taken other stuff, used other stuff, whether it be a chemical, or someone says, "Hey, use this on and let me," and you do yours and I do mine.
Okay.
And let's put them side by side. And
and you can tell the difference.
You can tell the difference.
Okay.
You could you never saw how bad your nieces are, so you won't understand.
They were really bad?
They were really bad. So you won't
like
get
cataracts?
That. Yeah, like like double cataracts.
Oh my gosh! No
Okay.
wonder she was worried.
So you won't be able to see the difference. Now
okay.
this guy could have done it with. He would have fought because of the clear coat was just all peeling.
that wouldn't have worked.
That wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But even if it was one that was yellow, see, I don't see them too much anymore. Yellow. That used to be. And when he says an older car, the older cars used to turn yellow.
That's crazy.
They don't turn yellow anymore. Now they start breaking down and cracking and.
So is there, in your mind, a reason, and I'm guessing you're going to say money, why they don't make them like they used to out of glass? They never did that in the older cars.
No, and then when they first came out with those, what we call these headlights are composite headlights.
Mm-hmm.
So that was actually big in Europe first before they came to the States. But when we first came out, which was in 1986, I believe it was, that American cars started using composite headlights. They were made from glass. So like I worked for the Oldsmobile dealership at the time. So in 1986, a Delta 88 with composite headlights, which is that one, like the modern headlights we have today, they were all glass. But back in 1986, if you broke a headlight, that's $1,500.
Oh, well, that's
You know what
why
I'm saying?
then.
It was ridiculous.
Okay.
And then I think they just started going to, plastics and I think it's more of an acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
The headlight lens itself is more of an acrylic thing. And it's just, it's so at the end of the day, it all comes down to, instead of costing however
And so
much
it is
money,
about the money.
it becomes about money.
Probably if every little. It's just like with the bearings on the wheelchair, the front wheels. You were saying that they go so quickly.
Yeah. Well, see, now I go to Miller Bearing. We have a bearing place here in town. I go to Miller Bearing and I buy a whole case
Right.
of these bearings.
Right.
Because, like, I'll buy his wheelchair. A week later, he burns out those bearings. I take them out.
A week later.
A week. It takes him a week. I take those bearings out, and then I buy these sealed special. I call Ken. I call Ken at Miller Bearing. Ken,
Right.
this is Matt. He goes,
Right.
I have you a case of bearings ready.
Does he say what's going on? Why are they
No,
going?
they know. They know. It's
They
just so low to the ground. It gets carpet inside of them. He runs through puddles and they get all rusty.
Yeah.
But these bearings will last 6 months to, like he just was home.
Wouldn't grease keep the water off of them?
No, grease, you don't want grease because dirt and everything attaches to
Oh, that
the
makes it
grease.
worse.
You want to try to keep them clean.
Wow. Well, he's got the perfect dad to help him with that
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
I'm the
problem.
perfect dad, all right.
In more ways than one. Not just with the wheelchair. All right, phone lines are open if you want to call in. Matt is live on January. What is today? August.
Yeah, January.
On August 20th.
I wish it was January.
Why?
Because it'd be cooler outside. Might not be raining today this afternoon.
622-9622. What do we got? About 6 minutes left? 5 minutes left. So if you want to call in and tell us
I
what's
want to go
going
to,
on.
me and my wife are going to New York City in November.
Are you? Where are you going?
New York City.
I know, but where in the city?
I don't know. Wherever they
Oh,
hold,
you just going to the city?
well, wherever they hold the New York Marathon. That's
Oh, okay. I think that's 26 miles. That must be through all the boroughs, I think.
I think it goes through and then it ends in Central Park.
Oh, it ends there?
Yeah.
So where are you staying, do you know?
Nope. My wife is making all those arrangements.
Cool. You want to know where the best pizza place is? I'm teasing.
There's a whole bunch of best pizza
I'm
places
teasing.
there.
That's just what everybody says. I got the best pizza place.
No, I tell you. Now, I've been several times.
Uh-huh.
I go eat at Carmine's.
Yeah, you've told me that before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'll make you talk to yourself right there, brother.
I actually looked it up after you told me last time. Carmine's.
My daughter, my grandson is he's getting to be quite the dancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's 9, he's 10, and
He's a
he
dancer?
doesn't even go to school anymore. He's doing homeschool, virtual school.
Oh, really?
And he's with the Orlando Ballet,
Oh, wow.
and he just got a scholarship to another performing arts school.
Wow.
So yeah, so
What's
anyway,
his name?
His name is Dance Man. We call him
Dance Man?
Tanner. His name is Tanner.
Dance Man Tanner.
Dance Man
That's a
Tanner.
cool name. All right, I got another phone call for you. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Hello.
Hello.
So I've got a car question for you.
Okay.
When I apply the brakes, when I'm going slow speeds, like under 20 miles an hour, I get like a metallic knocking noise from under the middle of my car.
From under the
It
middle?
doesn't sound like it's coming from the brakes. It sounds like it's coming from something else. Any suggestions?
What kind of car is it?
2008 Honda CR-V.
Is it all-wheel drive?
Yes, sir.
And when you're going about 20 miles an hour and you touch the brake, if you get on the brake harder, does the noise go away?
No.
So it stays the same?
Yeah, regardless of whether it's a hard braking or light braking, 20 miles an hour and slower, it makes a knocking noise. Sounds like metal on metal.
I think you stumped him.
Well, I'm just trying to think of what
could be knocking?
Yeah, what's knocking, like, and if you let your foot off the brake, the noise goes away.
Yes.
The only thing I can possibly think of, even though you're thinking it's coming from the middle of the car, it may, noise transfer, so that may be where you're thinking you're hearing it from. But it sounds like it could just possibly be on the calipers themselves and on your brake. It's probably on a 2008 going to have rear disc brakes. So it'd be all four-wheel disc. Well, there's little metal retainers on the calipers that the pads actually slide into, and it may just be that one of those retainers is loose, and as you're putting pressure on the brake, it's causing it to snap. Like as the rotor and the calipers compressed, there could be a little bit variation there, causing that little retainer just to go pop pop pop.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't be a difficult thing to find.
Excellent. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
It sounds dangerous, though. Thank you for the call.
No, it really wouldn't be dangerous.
No?
That wouldn't.
You put your brakes on and something's knocking underneath the car.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? My son has a African gray parrot.
Oh, yeah. I had an African gray.
And if you do this on the table, he says, "Come in."
Mine said, "Go away."
Isn't that funny? Right now, my niece's car is over at Matt's garage at Crossroad. No, not Crossroad. Sunrise Automotive.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I always get the two confused. But anyway, the reason my niece's car is there because I trust Matt with our family's cars. That's bottom line. He's going to be fair. He's going to be relatively quick. I say relatively because maybe I gave him a hard job today. I don't know. No, you're always quick. I always get my car right away. So does Robin. Robin brings her car there. Robin's mom brings her car there. I think he knows people in town just because we trust them. Do you realize how many friends you have just because we trust you?
I got lots of friends because you trust me.
Go to see Matt if you've never gone over there with your car. Get started with an oil change or something simple, and then you'll get to know the guys and gals over there. Sunrise Automotive is at 1800 Northwest 10th Street, and you can also buy a car at Crossroad Auto Sales. Any cars you want to talk about?
No.
Oh, I think there's our logo, our ID. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Gainesville, broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM.